Alison and Dermot are in the This Morning studio. They've been joined by former housemates Kate Lawler, Nadia Almada and Nasty Nick Bateman.
That's a world of fun.
Yes.
Thank you, Marcus.
It is the Big Brother reunion. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be catching up with some iconic reality TV shows, characters, aren't we? It's going to be really good.
Find out what they're up to now. It's going to start, well, the old school, where it all began. Come on, Big Brother. We're joined by winners Nadia and Kate, as well as Series 1 housemate, the legendary Nick Bateman, Nasty Nick, down the line. He looks exactly the same, Nick.
Yes.
You look great down in Australia.
I know.
You haven't aged a day.
Nick, we're going to start with you. What are your memories and how did you get involved in the show?
About 20 years ago, I applied for the show. I didn't think I'd get on it. So many people applied. And I kind of applied on a whim, not expecting to get on. And as the process became narrower and narrower, and they're narrowing people down, I thought I got even less chance of getting on the show. So I was quite surprised I was picked. And the producers actually said they weren't going to pick me because they thought I'd be too boring. But there we go.
Yeah, how wrong were they?
They
were so wrong because you actually went on to manipulate a little bit of nominations to the point where everyone was like, literally, you were hated, weren't you, at the time? They called you Nasty Nick. But really and truly, if you look back at it, it was actually quite mild. You didn't do anything wrong.
It was a game.
It was a game. You played the game. I mean, how did you see it at the time? Did you see it as manipulating nominations?
No, it's, you look at shows now. And
Yes, he did. He knew what he was doing. Sorry, Nick. He knew You wrote it down in a piece of paper. Come on.
Do you know, don't you look back at it now and just think it was an extraordinary... Because like Alison says, in the fullness of time, where reality is now, and you look back, it was
that would be mild.
So innocent back in the day, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was made such a big deal out of.
Yeah.
All he did was write down names on. Do you remember Craig? He was so angry with you. You wrote down names on pieces of paper, and it was like the whole country was like, "What? How dare he write?"
I feel like we've seen the clip and we don't need to pay for it now. But let's have a look at the clip.
Okay.
You're plotting a very dirty plan on everybody in here to vote against each other and steer it divert from you.
I think that's an absurd, Craig. It's not one of your...
Yeah. OK, I want to ask you, Nick, how can you do that, right? Knowing farewell, you've passed paper around people around this table.
It just makes me feel sick.
I think there's one thing I'd like to say to everybody. He hasn't influenced anyone's vote.
I'm
and
glad
he really
about that.
hasn't. You dismiss him.
I'm glad about that. I had confidence that you're all strong enough people to make your own vote.
It's just the fact that my name's been shown this
Craig
week.
and Mel.
Who's that? Craig
Caroline and Nikki.
Craig and Mel?
Craig and Nikki. Where'd you get this from?
Where'd you get this from?
Nick, it was so good.
I mean,
it was so good.
Nick, were you surprised coming out of the house? Because I remember the first week you came out and you were on the front cover of The Sun at a premiere with Brad Pitt. And, and it was on the front page.
It was kind of weird because I thought it was part of the show because they had all these newspaper cuttings of me, the press person from a production company. I just thought it was unreal. I thought, again, this is part of Big Brother and it's all made up to spook me or to frighten me or to see my reaction. So I just didn't really believe it.
That's brilliant.
Was the attention a lot for you? Is that the reason why you moved to Australia? Was it for other reasons?
Oh, no, I moved to Australia because Australia is progressive, it's beautiful sunshine, it doesn't rain, it has cold beer, it's a million reasons better than the UK.
Oh, bless him.
I agree with the weather. I'm not sure what the progressiveness of it all.
Well, let's talk to Nadia, because she... Nadia,
That's got a lot to say.
You were the winner of Big Brother. You were the first transgender contestant to ever win it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're very proud about that. What do you remember of your experience?
I had the best summer holiday ever in my life, really.
Isn't it?
It was, and it was just stepping away from everyday life into a situation that I would have an experience of just purely of being as a person rather than as a label trans woman. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what I wanted to experience and to prove myself.
I'll never forget you showering in the shower with your high heels on. Do you remember?
I still do.
You were do you?
Yes, every day.
I absolutely love it. And
you're right, because you went in on your own terms, didn't you?
I did.
You weren't being judged as, you know...
It's just the whole labeling thing. It's just kind of, it was not necessary. I mean, and I just wanted to just be Nadia, and I think that's exactly what happened. It transcended, to the nation. That I was more than just a transgender woman, but also a person with a personality.
It's really funny that, because you're right, because that's how, when I was doing Big Brother's Little Brother, that's how your journey kind of evolved and progressed. No one thought of you as anything different. They just thought of you as Nadia.
And that's exactly it. And I think there's a whole toxic sort of conversation right now about transness and all of that. And I think we need to see people for who they are. Essentially, rather than, the sort of like labeling, everyone with either gender, race, or religious sort of, ideal, situation. So, yeah, it was just an awesome experience.
I mean, people are still thanking you now for going in there, aren't they?
Yes.
Even now.
Yes, I still have people coming to me and saying, you know what, for the first time ever, I had someone I could relate to. It's just awesome. The fans of the show, I never call them my fans. I'm not that, but the fans of the show, they still, remember me from those days, which is extraordinary. Yeah.
It was a great show to be part of, Big Brother.
I think it was the best one.
Yeah. What are you up to now? How's life for you now?
Life is good. I needed an outlet to, in a creative form. So I kind of sort of train as a hairdresser. So, which is awesome because I kind of love like the whole fashion makeup sort of industry. And it fit me fine, and a little bit of confusion and delusion, from me. It worked really well. It was really well.
You don't have confusion or delusion that we're in the industry.
You have to have it. You have to have it. You have to have it.
My sister from another Mister, Miss Kate Lawler.
Hi, Big Brother.
You were the first female winner. What do you remember of your experience?
I remember you leaving me far too early.
I know.
I walked into the Big Brother house thinking that you were going to win. And when you left, I was absolutely devastated. I remember going to the diary room saying I wanted to leave. Do you remember? We always go, I want to leave. And then
I was devastated when I left.
It was really sad to see you go.
Yeah.
But I remember having like Nadia said, it was like the best summer holiday ever. Being thrown into a house with a bunch of different people from different cultures, different backgrounds, different ages, different sexualities, and we all had a ball. And
that's it, its purest form, really.
Yeah.
What advice have you got for people who are thinking about going into the next Big Brother?
I'm a really bad person to ask for advice, but I mean, I'd say if you're offered a place, do it. Because when I was offered a place, I then got scared and thought to myself, do I actually want to do it?
Yeah.
And my dad was like, you've got to do it. You never know. If you don't do it, you'll always think. So, I mean, the advice would just be to be yourself. I mean, you can't be anything but yourself when the cameras are rolling.
I agree.
You'll end up being exposed for who you are.
Nadia, Nick and Kate, thank you so much for running out of time. Great to have you all with us. All right, time to...